Hey friends, it's your girl Terry. Hope everyone's having a fabulous day. It is the weekend here, which is when I'm usually working on filming, because during the week it's kind of crazy and not as easy. Although sometimes I will try to punch something out, and sometimes I'll do it on a Friday evening, but energy allowing, you know what I mean? I got my empties here today, guys. I've got not the air, but the fans are going. I've got fans going in the kitchen, so there's probably going to be some background noise. Jersey, you can't see her, but she is lying down beside me. I can't hear her snoring yet, but she hasn't gone into her deep sleep yet, so Domino's actually beside her, so you probably will hear her start snoring at some point, and the more I start talking, she's probably going to move up behind me, so we'll see. Yeah, I've got wax empties. So if you're interested in seeing what I got through this week, which will include a few candles, vendor wax, and a few pieces of retail wax, stay tuned. We'll see how this goes. I went ahead and turned the one fan off because I know my stuff will be blowing. But I have the window open, and whenever I have the window open, the dogs hear something. And Domino's been on this bark thing lately, and his bark is so deep. And it scares me because all of a sudden out of the blue, he just whoofs. So yeah, he hears something right now. So we'll see how this goes. Let's start with my non-wax empties. I only have one. Finished up a bag of Swisspers cotton balls, jumbo cotton balls. These are the ones I pick up from Walmart. One of my viewers mentioned that the Walmart ones, not the Walmart ones, the Amazon ones, the ones you get from Amazon are only 70 in a bag. So she said be careful of that. So I'm very glad she let me know because I'm not sure if I would have noticed. But you get 140 in these. So they are the same size as the Target bags, which I am missing so much. I still have quite a few bags of those, but, you know, knowing that I'm not going to be able to get them just kind of gets to me. All right, let's talk candles. As I said, I've got a few here. I've got a variety. I'm going to start with Yankee candle. This one I'm not quite finished, but I plan to finish it out this week. So I thought, let me just throw it in this video. I love this candle jar. This is an older release from Yankee. They don't release the 3 wicks like this anymore, but this was their larger 18-ounce jar. And this is pink cherry and vanilla, which is a fragrance, buddy. You gonna move? Waiting for him to knock the tripod. Which is a fragrance that's been around for a little bit, but I'm not sure if it still is. This may be retired. I just don't keep a close eye on Yankee. Every once in a while, I get an inkling, a yearning to go in and see what they have. I do know that they've been kind of releasing new things fast and furious this past few months. And there's been some interesting things, but I just don't get the best performance from Yankee anymore. And as I move more and more towards 100% soy wax, which Yankee may make you believe that's what their wax is, but it's not. It still is a soy blend. I just don't purchase from them as much. I did pick up some Easter scents in the milk cups, and I did pick up, I don't remember if it's called banana coconut, but it's a banana coconut fragrance that was released for Easter because I am a sucker for fragrances like that. So I did pick up that candle. I don't know if I'll light it or put it under the warmer, but yeah, some things get me. And I got to tell you, if they brought back that whole collection that, I don't remember what it was called, but it was like a sports collection. There was like a poolside fragrance. There was a melon fragrance. There was an amber fragrance. There were some fragrances in there that were quite nice and actually performed pretty well. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of their large jars because I can't get them to perform. The tumblers are okay. I do like to get those from time to time. So, but anyway, all that long elongated story to say that I'm not buying as much from Yankee. I'm sure a lot of you are in the same boat, but then there are some diehard fans of Yankee, and I totally understand. But anyway, pink cherry and vanilla, there's no scent notes on the bottom because you know good old Yankee, they don't give it to us. But trust me, there are a lot. You guys, you got to look at this jar, though. How pretty is this? It's little bunnies in there. This obviously was an Easter collection release. I don't remember what year, and I'm not sure that I can tell from the bottom. Is there a number? This looks like it might be 2022. I think that's right, but who knows? But like I said, pink cherry vanilla. These were 18 ounces back then. So quite large. So basically, this is the size of a Homeworks candle, just missing the rim. That literally is what the size of this jar is. And I actually quite like these. I got pretty good performance out of most of these. Now, granted, some of them would burn really, really hot, but some of them burned pretty well. And this one's doing great. The scent, this is a very, very creamy floral. I assume this is a cherry blossom fragrance. You know, I'm no floral expert, so I'm not one of these. I can smell it and be like, oh yes, that's gardenia. I can usually tell if I smell orange blossom or neroli because those are florals I actually love. Sometimes I can tell when I smell violet, a little bit of jasmine. Some I can tell, but a lot. And Yankee tends to mix their florals too, so a lot of times I can't pull it out. But I do think this is a cherry blossom fragrance. But it's very, very creamy, which makes sense because I assume there's some vanilla in here. It smells like vanilla. It's kind of in the league as your Bath & Body Works Pink Lilac and Vanilla. Not the same fragrance, but very comparable. But just to measure from one candle to another, that same kind of very strong vanilla smell. Although I will say the Bath & Body Works fragrance, which is interesting because I happen to have it here, is a way more powdery fragrance than this is. This is just ultra creamy, very creamy. It's very smooth. And it does have this kind of almost like a cherry sweetness about it, but not overly so. I actually am enjoying this. It's performing pretty well. I can smell it in whatever room I decide to burn it in. I do move my candles around sometimes. Sometimes I'll have this going in my kitchen. Sometimes I'll have it going in here. I have it in a hurricane in the kitchen. Yeah, because the only spot I can fit it in my kitchen, well, I could put it on the counter, but the spot I put it in is inside a hurricane because I put it on one of my Homeworks pedestals. And here I just kind of put it on top of a pedestal that does not have a hurricane. But, yeah, creamy, floral. That's about the most I could say about this one. I'm enjoying it. Do I need it again? No. I think I had the wax melts too, and I might have mentioned that the wax melts were a little too much for me. I feel like I talked about them recently, and I think they were a little too strong. But the candle has not been too much for me. I've actually been enjoying it, and it has been burning well. It is pretty clean. You can see there's no soot buildup on the jar. So it is not burning too hot. The flames have been nice and tempered. I've been really happy with how this is doing. So I plan to finish this up. There she goes. I plan to finish this up in the next few days. And I won't repurpose the jar only because this won't fit in my candle crock. I could put it under my lamp, but I probably won't. So even though the jar is lovely, I will probably not repurpose it. But pretty is that. Pink cherry and vanilla. Let's move on to Bath & Body Works. I've got Hot Fudge Drizzle. And yes, this jar is quite full. And the wax is still good. I just don't particularly love this fragrance. And I thought I was going to. So I have a number. And not only do I have a number, I actually picked up the repackage during Candle Day because I didn't realize it was a repackage. So I know I bought at least one, maybe two more. Because this candle smells divine on cold. Hot Fudge Drizzle is rich melted chocolate, vanilla bean, a dash of brown sugar. Yeah, on cold, it smells like the most delicious hot fudge. So decadent and yummy. But when this is warming, I don't feel like, or burning, I should say. I guess I could try it under warmer and see if the experience is different. Maybe I will. But when I have this burning, I don't really love the fragrance. First of all, it's not real strong. But when I'm near it, I can smell it. And it's just kind of like, you know. Like, I guess I don't have anything bad to say about the fragrance, but I just don't love it. You know how it is? as a home fragrance lover, there are some that you love and some that you don't. And I just don't love this one. And the reason I'm getting rid of it is because it's been kind of a problem child. So it isn't just like, I don't love it, I'm just going to toss it. No, I've been having problems with it. The wicks are a little short. Not too much dirt or anything going on in there. It hasn't really been getting dirty. I'm just having problems with puny wicks. It doesn't want to pull fully out. I've had to work on it a few times. I've removed wax. I've pulled in the outers. I've done all the things. And I'm like, I don't love this enough to keep playing with it. So I'm not going to. So I'm getting rid of that. If this is a favorite of yours, let me know. But yeah, I don't love it. So Hot Fudge Drizzle, it's okay. Like, I don't hate the fragrance or anything like that. It's just like, you know, this fragrance output needs to be amazing for me to keep playing with it. One time, I don't mind. I've mentioned that before. Maybe even two. But when I have to do it on every single burn, I'm over you, okay? I did finish this one, Pink Lilac and Vanilla, even though there is quite a bit of wax in this one. But that's because it started to go dirty. This is one of my favorites from Bath & Body Works as far as floral goes anyway. This used to be like the Mother's Day release, but lately they've been releasing other fragrances. So we don't get the Mom's Day in this fragrance anymore. I think this year it was what? The Backyard Honeysuckle. So Pink Lilac and Vanilla is fresh lilac bouquets, dewy greens, and vanilla blossom. Yeah, that's all the scent notes. But this is just a really pretty powdery. You have to like powdery. You're not going to like this fragrance. But really pretty powdery floral with lots of vanilla. Like, there's lots of vanilla gone in here. And it really takes that really strong floral note down a number of notches. And I just love this one. As I said, you kind of got to like powdery fragrances. Not even kind of, you got to. This one I finished in my crock. So the wicks are kind of all over the place because, you know, the crock warms from the bottom up or melts from the bottom up. And so a lot of times the wicks come unglued. And so they moved. But there's still a little bit of fragrance left. But I finished up what I could. That's how far I got down before it started to go rogue. It started to get sooty. You can't see a lot of buildup because I did catch it early. So it just started to get a little buildup in the wax, but you can't see anymore because the whole thing melted. So it all got combined together. But I love this one. I love this jar. I really love this release here. They did Ice Lemon Pound Cake in this. The Black Cherry Spritzer, I think it was called. They had like the dragonflies. The Ice Lemon Pound Cake was my favorite because it had butterflies on it. But I don't love Ice Lemon Pound Cake, so I didn't really get to enjoy that candle. I think there were a number. There was like Blue Sky Breeze. Yeah, I really love this series. So the really pretty one lit. So I really enjoyed this one. But this one is one that I have a number of in my stash because I love it. And basically this is the fragrance that kind of tricked me into believing I like lilac. But if you've been watching my empties recently, you know that I'm kind of figuring out I don't like lilac. So this is kind of like a fake lilac, I guess. So yeah, did it even say lilac? It says lilac in the notes. I don't know, but it doesn't smell like all the other lilacs I've been smelling. So I think I've been tricked. But I do love that fragrance, and I will continue to buy that one. Although this year I think they only released it in a neutral jar. I think it was a neutral jar. I don't think it was like the white burn glass. The white burn glass I will buy, but those neutral jars that are matte, I can't. They don't burn well for me at all. They get really hot and sooty, and it's not a good experience for me. All right, caramel sundaes. Oh, this was delicious. I finished up double dip Danish. Hard to see the label there. Sorry about the glare. I do have my chandelier on because while I have the window open, I don't have my blinds open. Not fully. All right, so does this have scent notes on it? Yes, kind of hard to read. Blueberry compote, powdered sugar glaze, sorry. Warm cream cheese icing, and pie spices. Oh, you guys, this was delicious. Delicious. I just wish it was a little bit stronger. This threw at about, well, it started off light. In the beginning, it was light. It was kind of maybe about a 4 or 5 on the throw scale. When I got to almost the halfway point, it really kicked in. Then it bumped up to about a 6. I wish it was even stronger. 6, 6.5 in a hurricane. Sometimes 7. It got stronger the further it got down because I think the vessel kind of starts acting like a hurricane. But the burn was beautiful. The fragrance was delicious. I'm really interested in trying their Dad's Blueberry Cobbler. I'm hearing that's a really good one. This one I feel like has come back the last 3 restocks. It's going to be available again in the restock coming up. I don't know if this video will get posted before then. Maybe it will. But it's coming up again in the restock, I think in the 2-wick version, which is what I have here. It was available in the last restock in the 4-wick, which I contemplated getting. But then I thought, I want to wait for Dad's Blueberry Cobbler and try that one. So I think that will be back because I think people loved it enough that maybe it'll come out during the fall releases. So I'm probably not going to pick up a 2-wick. But if I didn't think there was a chance of Dad's Blueberry Cobbler coming and for me to try it, I would definitely pick up another one because I do really enjoy their blueberry. Their blueberry is delicious, you guys. Like blueberry compote all day long. But this one has a lot of bakery to it too. So it definitely has like that Danish bready pastry kind of component. And I'm hearing that Dad's Blueberry Cobbler is more blueberry forward. And you know your girl Terry, I'm all about that blueberry. So I'm kind of really interested in trying that. If you've had that one, post below and let me know what you think. As far as blueberry, would you say that one is more blueberry forward? But this one is delicious just the same. I do think if I got it again, maybe I would opt for the 4-wick. This one is just delicious, you guys. Burn was super clean. I did get a little bit of soot build up around the edge of the jar on the last burn, and that's because, you know, like so many of us do when we know we're on that last burn, we just let it go, let it go, let it go. Honestly, I would have lit it up again, but the fragrance is pretty much gone. I can smell just a tad bit of it, but yeah, I liquefied her to death, so there she is. Yeah, the fragrance is mostly gone, but yeah, that little bit of soot buildup was just in the last burn. Otherwise, I was just like really amazed how clean this was. It was a really clean burner, and I was happy with that. As you can see, the waxes, no dirt at all the way down. I didn't have to fuss with it. I didn't have to play with it. I didn't have to remove any wax. No problem at all. So I love that about this candle. Double dipped Danish. All right, last candle company we have is Kringle. I will start with this pretty little Easter jar. This is Teacup Tales. This is one that I did not pick up in the original release because I was a little scared of the matcha note. Well, actually, I was scared of a few notes in here for sure. Yeah, there's a lot of notes in here that could give me pulse. Lime, number 1. I'm not a lime girl. Grapefruit, depends. Jasmine, lemongrass, matcha, ginger, juniper, which I thought was kind of a interesting note in here. Cedarwood and wild agave. So what this basically smells like to me is a tea. It's a tea scent. It's sweet. I do get a good bit of that lemongrass. I do get the mixture of the lime and the grapefruit, but it just gives it a really nice, between the lime, the grapefruit, and the lemongrass, it just gives us this really nice citrus tea vibe. I do get a little bit of matcha, but it's not too green. It's not overly matcha smelling to my nose. I really don't pick up the ginger. I didn't while it was burning. Juniper, I don't remember thinking I smell a juniper note in this, so I don't think it was overly obvious. Cedarwood, sometimes cedarwood from Kringle can be a little overbearing to my nose. It can be a bit aggressive, and I didn't think it was the case in this. And I do pick up the sweetness of the agave. I really enjoyed this a lot. It's kind of like an herbal tea, which is funny because I don't really like herbal fragrances, but herbal teas is a different story. It's a citrus herbal tea fragrance, and I love it. I do pick up 2 of them. So glad I have another. I keep waiting for Kringle to mark these candles down. Hopefully by the time this posts, that will have already happened because I'm going to pick up a couple more. It was a decent performer. I would say the throw in this was about 6.5, 7. If I put it in a hurricane, it would probably be stronger, but I actually burned it outside my hurricane the whole time. So about a 6.5 without. But the wax did pretty well. Pretty clean burn. All the wax is clean. A little bit of schmutz along the edges, but I did not have nearly the same sooting problem with this one. You can see a little bit there. That I did with my bunny hop. So something about that bunny hop, it went a little crazy, but this one burned real clean until probably maybe about here. and then it started to soot a little bit, but no, nothing too bad as far as the buildup. And I did finish this. I can't believe the wicks didn't move, but I did finish that last little bit in my crock because I just didn't want it to cause more soot. It's about right here. Yeah, you can see the shadow. And I just didn't want to take a chance that it would cause a lot of soot in that last buildup, and so, or last burn. And so I crocked the last little bit of it. But man, she was beautiful, beautiful tea fragrance. I really loved it. I love the label. I know not everyone's a fan of the AI, but I think it's adorable. Last candle here, also from Kringle. I'm thinking I probably should have did a candles empties video because I didn't realize I was going to talk this long about candles. But the good news is I don't have a ton of wax, so I don't think this video will be overly long. But now I've realized if I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles, I probably should have did its own video. But, you know, I'll timestamp and hopefully that'll help you. Cherry Crumble. This is from the Country Candle line. This candle did migrate over to the Kringle line. I did pick up one. But I have one more of these left from the Country jar, so I won't burn mine this summer anyway. But I love this fragrance. I've had it before, and you're going to laugh because, oh, the notes are not on the bottom of this. But I do remember that this doesn't actually have a cherry note. It's actually a raspberry, like a raspberry jam note, I think it is. And I can kind of see what they're saying, but at the same time, I feel like my head has been tricked into smelling a cherry crumble, and that's what I smell. I smell like a cherry dessert. But if I really smell hard, I can kind of get that raspberry jam. But there's so much sweetness built into this, and so there's got to be a number of other notes in this. They're kind of tricking me into believing it smells like cherry, and I'm here for it because you guys know that I'm not loving raspberry these days, and I love this. Like, if I see raspberry jam and vendor wax, I'm not picking it up. I love this. I love it. It's so good. It's a little performer, man. I feel like when I burned it last time, it was about a medium. This one did stronger, so maybe with a little bit more cure time. This was poured. Oh, the numbers rubbed off. I can't tell. The beginning is rubbed off. So I'm not sure when it was poured, but probably a couple years ago at least. So maybe sitting in my stash, built up, you know, some cure. I don't know, but she did really well, and I burned her down. And this one didn't really build up any soot, even though I let her go quite a long time on that last burn. And I was shocked because usually that happens. But the wicks did great on this one. Like, they were never a problem. You can see the one got really short. This never happens with me. I never burn a candle down so far that the wick extinguishes itself. But that tiny one, that little nub, that one let itself out. So I couldn't even light it again if I wanted to. I could put the very bottom of it into a crock because, believe it or not, it still has a little bit of fragrance, which is incredible because I burned the heck out of this. But I love it. Clean burn, no problem at all. Throwing it, I would say, was about 7.5 on this. She did great. Probably if I put it in a hurricane, it probably would have bumped up, but I didn't have to. It did great. I often kept it in my back corner over here, and it was just delicious. Sometimes I burned it in my kitchen. I love this one. I can't wait to try out the Kringle jar. We are finally done with candles, you guys. Sorry about that. I should have separated them out. Let's talk about retail wax. I think I've only had 2 retail wax here. Only 2. Yeah, that's it. All right, Goose Creek. I did Splish Splash. This, I believe, is a retired scent. I'm not real good at keeping up on what Goose Creek has out too, so I think it's retired, but I could be wrong. Don't know the scent notes. But I talked about in a recent Empties video how I don't tend to gravitate towards like rain scents because they don't smell like rain to me. Interestingly enough, I would probably say that this was about the closest rain fragrance that I've smelled that kind of got me there. This was really pretty. There's a sweetness about this, and there's definitely this aquatic note, but it's fresh, and it's not like overly clean, but it was relaxing, a little bit spa-like. This was really lovely. I enjoyed that. So it's too bad that that's not available anymore, but maybe it is. Enlighten me if it is. But that was really good. And it threw about a medium, but it is old. These little clams like this, they haven't made them like this in a few years. So these are older. Pina Colada. This one is a pina colada fragrance. That's exactly what it smells like. Oh my God, I just love pineapple and coconut together. So good. It's so good. I don't think I've met a pina colada fragrance I didn't love. So there you have it. Love that one. It also performed at about a medium. It was very present every time I walked into my kitchen, which is where I usually do my retail wax. It was there. It lasted all day. Both of these I would repurchase. Pina colada, I think, is still part of their lineup, so that one you can still get. I just actually sold one of the large jars, the large paraffin jars in that fragrance. So I hope the person I send it out to is enjoying it. All right, that's all for the retail wax. Let's talk vendor wax. All right, real quick, I'll mention this one because Zeep is no longer a business, but Flat White, the claim of that. One thing I really loved about Zeep was their coffee fragrances. They had a knack for them. They were really good. They performed really well. I am missing some fragrances from them for sure. This had notes of espresso and vanilla cream. This is just the creamiest coffee scent. I won't go very much into detail, but it was one of my favorites from Zeep. Really sad that they closed down. From Lavender Speckles, I did a sample of Cotton Candy Laundry. I've had this fragrance before, but this was in a recent order that I received from Beth, which I didn't film. I've got some recent hauls in. I got a small Sassy Girl Aroma haul, my Teddy Bees RTS, a small Rainbow Melts haul. Maybe I'll do Rainbow Melts. I'm not sure because it is still sitting here. There was someone else. Lavender and Speckles. Maybe that was it. But I didn't film them because they were small. But, yeah, I've had this one before. I love this one. It's a very sweet laundry scent, and it's a good performer. I did that in my bathroom. From Super Tarts, I did Golden Hour. This is one of my favorite Jaws fragrances. It's going to be hard to read. It's really hard to read, but it's basically, if you're familiar with Jaws, it's Jaws and I believe orange. I don't think there's any other fragrance notes, but I could be wrong. I mean, her labels, they're just so... Do you see that? Like, it's so dark. I mean, if I got right up under the light, I'm pretty sure it says orange, and then, you know, everything is in Jaws, which is like sea salt and plum, and I can't remember what else, but oh my gosh, it's like, you can't read this. But yeah, heavy on the Jaws, lighter on the orange, but oh man, this was such a good performer. So strong, went on for 2 days upstairs. Just fragranced my whole upstairs. So good. L3, I did another pie. I'm trying to get through my old pies because these are all from 2024. White cake, lemon chiffon, whipped cream. This was nice. It was on the lighter side. I would say about a light medium, but I could smell it. So I ended up doing it. I think I did part of it in my crock down here and a couple other warmers to boot, hot plates. And then I finished it up upstairs. And so that was that. Rose Girls Very Cherry Chip Cake. I love this. This was so good. This is over a year old, which I don't always have the best of luck with her bakery when it's that old. But this is from February 2025. This is maraschino cherries, sour cherries, white cake, and buttercream frosting. This was the most delicious cherry bakery. Not terribly authentic, but definitely more candy-ish, but I was here for it. I loved it. It smelled like a maraschino cherry cake, and it performed great. I got 2 worms and my open space out of that bag. I will definitely pick that up again. I know Rose Girls is having a pre-order this weekend. I did go in and look at the list because, you know, I'm nosy. There were a couple that sounded good, but I really need to get through my Rose Girls. I just have no business buying, so I'm not going to. I'm going to pass. Second, Spruce. It's a hard knock life. I think we're all kind of waiting to hear when her RTS is going to be. Eggnog, pretzel, caramelized pralines, and sugar cookies. This is from December of 2024. This is a banger. I started a little piece of this up in my bedroom, and it was just a little bit too much in my bedroom. I don't know. Have I had a pretzel scent from her before? I feel like I have. Yeah, I don't know if I'm overly in love with her pretzel oil. Her eggnog is really good. This is very creamy. Very creamy. It's almost a little bit cloying. because there's a lot of sweetness going on. And you know, it takes a lot for me to say cloying because, you know, you're a girl. I love my sweetness. But this was a lot in my bedroom. So I thought, you know what? Let me take the rest of it downstairs and do it on my open space because it'll probably be different down here. I'm enjoying it down here. It has, you know, that cloyiness has lessened because there's more space to work with. And so I'm enjoying it down here. It's going on right now. Very strong still. She's performing like a banger. She's probably going to go for a long time because I was able to put it on my bedroom for a couple of nights. And I finally just took it out because I was like, it's a little too much. I need to change. But I'm enjoying it here. And I'm glad I am because I think I have a tub of this too because this smells so good on cold. It's one of those waxes I actually like how it smells better on cold, better than I do on warm. That sucks when that happens. But it's still fine in my open space. It's just not one of my favorite blends from Erica, I think. So it's a hard knock life. I do need to use my tub. But this one is performing great. Sassy Girl Aroma. It's a Barbie's World. Yes, this is old. This is from 2024. I got it in a D-stash, so who knows how old it was before that. Blueberry, strawberry, satsuma, and cotton candy. I can smell this through the bag. Her scents are just, I don't know. Her blocks, which is what she put in here, I don't think she's done blocks. I know she's starting to go back into shapes, but I don't know if she's done blocks again. I picked up something from her, like in a bag like this, but I think it was shapes. But her blocks, they pack a punch. I only had a few bags of them. So they were from before the fire. And everything I have melted in those blocks, they have just banged. And this was a good performer. Very sweet. You definitely pick up the blueberry, the strawberry. You definitely pick up the satsuma. Satsuma is a winner here. And you get all the sweetness from the cotton candy. It was about like a medium, even though it smells very strong. It's just one of those scents that, you know, it's not going to knock you out because just of what it's comprised of. So it did about, you know, it's a really girly, pretty, cutesy, fruity, kind of vivacious scent. It did okay in my open space, but I took it upstairs and it did even better. So it's Barbie's World. It was a fun one. Kind of smelled like it could be Barbie's World. Swanky, strawberry, blueberry, spring cake, buttercream icing. You guys, I love this one too. This was a loaf. It was one of those deals where you could only get this fragrance if you bought the loaf. So that's what I did because that's how much I wanted it. I picked this up in July 2024. I received it, I should say. Yeah, this one, if you know, Swanky, she has my favorite blueberry. It's so good. I don't smell a whole lot left in this bag. But in my warmers, oh my gosh, this was amazing. Heavy on the blueberry, and I was so happy about that because her blueberry is fantastic. You got the cake note, you got the buttercream, but they were kind of in the background where that blueberry just shined. She has her blueberry oil made. It's fantastic, you guys. I don't know if she's poured this one again, but I need more because that was delicious and long-lasting because I had a loaf, so I was putting it with this blueberry candle from Caramel Sundays and just enjoying my life, let me tell you. Knowles Farm Scents, Coastal Embers. I'm realizing as I go through these scents that it was a good wax melting period. And this is all from a week, but I've had some good ones here. And this is included. This is Beach Evenings, which is what Travis, the owner of Knowles, calls his beach nights. And By the Fireplace, which is a replica dupe. This is amazing. So strong. Oh my gosh, it performed so well in my open space. It lasted like forever, all day long. All day long. Oh my gosh. You get beach nights, you get to By the Fireplace. It just gives the beach nights like this extra little roasty toastiness, a little bit of a smoky element. Beach nights and By the Fireplace have that pretty element anyway. It was just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Love, love, love. I've had that one before. It is a favorite. Southbound. I did Main Street Bakery. This was a wax cake that's been sitting since November of 2024. We have blackberry cobbler, sugary vanilla cake bites, and caramelized sugar. This one was light, you guys. I get a good dose of the blackberry in the bag, and let me tell you, her blackberry oil smells so nice. Very fruity, very fruity. I don't get floral from it at all. Just so funny to me that some fruity oils can lean floral, like raspberry or blackberry. Like, interesting, but I don't get that at all from hers. But this one was kind of light. I could smell it. I did it in my open space. I did a whole wax cake, which her wax cakes are pretty large. I did a whole wax cake, but it was just lighter, like a very, I won't even say low medium. It was right at that bar, you know, not quite into medium territory, and I kind of wanted more from it. So I probably would not get that again, but it could have been age. But this one, I've had this one before. This one's a little powerhouse. Marshmallow tea cakes. This is marshmallow cream with orange and almond tea cake blended with black tea. I think this is just a single oil mixed with marshmallow cream, tea and cakes oil, which I love tea and cakes. I know it's not for everyone, but I love it. It's like so sweet. It has a little bit of like that almond extract note, and I love it. I love it, love it, love it. This one I have going in my bedroom. I started it last night. I'll turn it back on again tonight. I've had it before. It's a great performer. I need more of this one because it's so good. Teddy Bees. I did a sample of blackberry butter pecan cookies. I actually have a tub of this, so I didn't buy it in this last RTS because I didn't feel like I needed it because I already had some. This was nice. I will tell you, this wasn't very long lasting. I mean, I did this in my bathroom, and it just kind of smelled like, you know, like blackberry jam butter cookies, like bakery. And I feel like her blackberry jam butter cookies is really nice because I don't always love that one, but it's okay from time to time. I don't overdo it on that one, but it was really nice, really delicious, but really short lasting. I feel like this was gone between 4 and 5 hours, so that one didn't last very long. So I don't know. I'll do my tub and see how that goes, but this one was fresh too, though, and my tub was from a prior order, a prior pre-order RTS. I think it was an RTS before too, so we'll see how that goes. Frankish Princess. We've been having some cooler days here, so I had accidentally pulled this from my May basket or April basket, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to head and do it because this has like pumpkin and stuff in it. Does it have pumpkin? Yes, it does have pumpkin. I was like, well, it doesn't say pumpkin, but it says butter pecan waffles. I feel like it's probably pumpkin pecan waffles, but I don't know. Frankish Princess is warm donuts, baked bread, powdered sugar, which sometimes I know I don't love in Tiffany's wax, but this one was okay. And a touch of spice, blended with butter pecan waffles, blackberry jam, butter cookies. Yeah, so kind of similar to that one. I like this one better. I did this in my open space. It was probably about a low medium, bordering medium, so it did okay. It was a pretty good bakery scent. I don't know that I feel like I need it again, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. The Pharmacist's Daughter. I finished up a tub that my friend Miss Courtney sent me. Banana bread cake. I love this fragrance. She knows I love banana bakery. I don't know if she knew that I love this particular one, but I do. This was delicious, Miss Courtney. I loved it. I know she doesn't love banana fragrances as much as I do, but a little bit candy-ish, but definitely a good bakery scent as well, and a great performer. So I don't know if we'll see this from the Pharmacist's Daughter before they close, but I wouldn't mind getting more banana bread cake. So good. 2 more pre-orders, and then the Pharmacist's Daughter will be closed. Fancy Nancy did this one upstairs because I was a little unsure about the zucchini bread. If you guys know, I've kind of gone back and forth with zucchini bread with the Pharmacist's Daughter. Sometimes I feel like it's really good, and sometimes I'm like, it's a little corn chippy. So I've been staying away from the zucchini bread offerings in their pre-orders because I just don't want to take a chance. But I know a lot of people love their zucchini bread, so I don't know. But I know Miss Courtney has talked about it too, that she doesn't always love their zucchini bread. So this is zucchini bread, strawberry white cake, strawberry jam, and birthday cake. This was from 2024. I'm telling you, I swear, their oil has changed. Because this one was fine. Yeah, this one was fine. I got the strawberry white cake the strongest. So it was really nice bakery scent. I did this up in my bedroom. Very long lasting, very present. It was just a breath of deliciousness every time I walked in the room. Really good. Dessa's, I did a sample of maple buttercream cake pops. I've warmed this one before. I have a few bars in my stash. This is just so good. This is maple like I like it. It's more buttery than clean. Buttery, delicious, bakery. Good performer. I did that in my bathroom. She sends these like heart shapes and they're a really nice size. And they perform great. Cherry Slushy Fizz. This is one of her tiles. I did this in my bedroom. Sweet, juicy cherry slushy with hints of fizzy effervescence. I love this, you guys. I loved it. It smells like a cherry slush. It's been so long since I've had a slush. I know some people call them slushy. Some people call them slush. It's been so long. Yeah, this was so good. Very nostalgic. Reminiscent of my childhood, my teenage years. You know, I really enjoyed this. I would get that again. It was very strong, and I had this going for several nights in my bedroom because I just couldn't remove it. It was just so good. Strawberry pound cake and sweet macerated strawberries. This was a customs loaf I put together. Not so customs because I'm sure this blend has been made a million times, right? If you know Dessa's her sweet macerated strawberries, it's so good. I don't think it smells terribly authentic, but that's okay because I don't mind an artificial strawberry. I don't mind an artificial blueberry. I don't mind an artificial strawberry. I don't mind an artificial banana. I'm all about it. But it's so good. It's just sweet and juicy and just almost compotish. And it's just, this was good. It was a really good one. I enjoyed this. I did this in my open space. It performed at about a medium. And I love her little custom loaves, her little minis. They're perfect. All right, last vendor. We have, let me see where we're at. 44 minutes. Okay, I talked about the candles, I think the longest. We have Piper from Britta's Creepy Treasures. I am hoping, as far as wax buying, to get into Britta's RTS when she starts pumping out her pre-order because I missed the pre-order. And there was some scents in there I really wanted. So I need to get into her RTS and check out quick. Blueberry cake pops and cheesecake. This is from August of 2024. So this is coming up on 2 years in a few months. Yeah. Very blueberry cake pop forward. Yeah. I don't get like a sour note or anything like this. This was creamy but blueberry heavy and I was about it. It was really nice. I would get it again. And then one of my favorites, I've talked about this a zillion times, Exorcist. This is probably Britta's most popular scent. This is Palo Santo Patchouli Vanilla Bean Marshmallow. This is from March of 2024. This was one of her big monster bars, which I haven't seen her do. She only did the monster bars a few times. And I think mostly you had to get them in customs, but there was a point where she sent out pre-orders and she would send out to like, you know, just here and there. And I happened to get a couple of them in my orders. And they were so good. They were a little bit bigger than her witch bars. And I just loved them. I loved her molds. But the Exorcist, oh my God, you guys. This is so good and so strong. This was another cool evening that I just pulled this out and was like, it's chilly. It's like in the 40s outside. I'm just going to do the woodsy, marshmallowy, roasty, toasty, deep, full of death kind of things. And that's what I did. Exorcist, so good. Her patchouli is bar none. That's it. That's all my wax this week. Let's talk about favorites. All right, my candles. What was my favorites? It was a good candle week. I mean, I basically stuck to what I really already knew that I liked. Well, the tea scent from Kringle is new. But yeah, I mean, I had great. You already know I love pink lilac and vanilla, so we know that's a favorite. New favorite here. Double Dip Danish from Caramel Sundays. Really enjoyed that. Teacup Tails, definitely a new favorite. Looking forward to enjoying my second. And this one, a returning favorite of mine, Cherry Crumble. So glad this passed over to the Kringle line. You guys, how excited are you about the 3 wicks? So Mick posted in the Kringle group recently a picture of a candle that he's, trying out in the 3 wick. Another one. And this one is in the fragrance Coral Sands. I just mentioned recently that I would really like to see Kringle pull out a Pink Sands dupe from Yankee Candle. I do think Yankee Candle did Pink Sands. I think it was a fragrance after the kit, which is, oh, you guys, let me take one little break here because I just got a text from my daughter that I need to come out and meet her. So I will be back. Okay, guys, sorry about that interruption. My daughter was dropping off breakfast for me. She dropped off breakfast and a Starbucks latte. So I'm going to kick out these favorites real quick, and then I'm going to go enjoy some chow. All right, let's see. I already talked about the candles. Retail wax, they were just, you know, okay. Nothing to write home about, but I enjoyed them. Now, vendor wax. Let's see. We have some repurchases. Let's see what's new. Okay, mostly repurchases that are favorites, but that's good. I know what I like, and that's what I buy, right? Knowles Farm Scents Coastal Embers definitely remains a favorite. Golden Hour. I don't think I've purchased from Knowles Farm Scents this year yet. From Super Tarts, that Golden Hour was. The Exorcist from Britta's. It'll always be in my favorites. Marshmallow Tea Cakes from Southbound. So good. So simple, but so good. And Maple Buttercream Cake Pops is a really good one from Dessa's. They were all repurchases. And then my new favorites, I've got 3 here. Dessa's Cherry Slushy Fizz. Just so enjoyed that. Swanky Strawberry Blueberry Spring Cake Buttercream Icing. So good. I would say these two were a close tie to being #1. This very cherry chip cake from Rose Girls. That was amazing. I loved it. Yeah, it was a good melting week. It was a good burning week. I got lots of favorites here. Some tried and trues, some new things, all the things. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite warms or burns of the week have been. If you tried a new scent recently and it just knocked your socks off, let me know about it. If you tried a new vendor, you're really enjoying that vendor's wax, let me know about it. Yeah, as usual, let me know all the things. I'm going to sign off here. I'm going to go enjoy breakfast with my pups. And wish I was enjoying it with my daughter, but she and her fiance are taking off to the grocery store. So I'm going to enjoy my breakfast, which, what time is it? It's a little after 10. So a little late breakfast, but I'm going to go enjoy that. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.